1. God is constantly in the business of changing lives. A. Change is inevitable. Without change, there is no progress. In most cases, people resist to change. Most of the time, it is because of mere personal reasons that stop change to happen. But God is for change, and He is constantly in the business of changing lives. B. When we think about our salvation, there is change. Thereafter, we walk in sanctification, there is change. Without change, we cannot rise up to be the persons God has intended for us. C. Basically, we are selfish and wicked by nature. That's why in our walk with the Lord we only realize that change is inevitable. D. The Bible records numerous instances how God dealt with evil kings. They continually worshipped idols instead of Jehovah. Many a time, God allowed other nations to teach them a lesson. Why? Because God wanted them to change their ways. E. For Jonah, God used a big fish to teach him to change his attitude. Jonah came to his senses in the belly of the big fish. Eventually he had to change his mind to go to Nineveh. F. Change is never easy. It requires one's firm decision and discipline to go for it. To some it may be sacrifices. To others it may be hard and painful in giving up the things they so dearly loved. But whatever it may be, God is never wrong in the business of changing lives. G. So, embrace change. Love it. It is better for God to deal with us than in the wrath of man. King David realized it. 2 Samuel 24:11-17. David had 3 choices from which he must choose, faced with 7 years of famine, 3 months fleeing his enemies, or a pestilence lasting 3 days. David chose the final punishment, fearing the wrath of man more than the merciful hand of God. After 70,000 people have died in the plague, David pleaded with God to end the retribution. H. God is serious when it comes to change. In fact, He is constantly in the business of changing lives.